right here. What's up, guys? Hi, everybody. I'm vertical streaming today. Still no new sound equipment. Hey, SL? I don't. I think I can read that right. How are you? Oh, LSL. Cool. So I switched my location up tonight. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna get kicked out of this area. We'll find out. I think it might be private, but they're gonna have to tell me first. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Yeah, it's like a little town center. A lot of traffic, so it can maybe catch some conversations. Yeah, I'm exponentially expanding. I got 3 now. What's up, buddy? Why aren't you vegan yet? Come talk to me. I know that's backwards. So, just trying to grab a few people for some thoughtful conversations. What's up, buddy? How are you? Hey, hello. Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay, we got a non-vegan in here. What do you got, left hook? What's going on, guys? What's up, guys? How you doing? Okay, I've got a few. That's awesome. Thanks for joining. Hi there. How are you? Well, I would encourage you to read the book What a Fish Knows by Jonathan Balcombe. You can learn a lot about fish. They're sentient, they feel. I got someone in Japanese? What the? We got an eclectic crew in here. No, it's not. That's what industry tells us. It tells us it's good for us. But you have all kinds of stuff in fish, toxic metals, mercury, cholesterol, saturated fat. Even the leanest piece of fish still has copious amounts of saturated fat relative to how we should be eating saturated fat when we do. So it's definitely not healthy. And you can get omega-3s in other areas. Get it from algae if you want. That's where fish get it from. There's somebody in Japanese. All I see is Japanese or Chinese and a heart, so right back at you. Thanks for joining in. How are you?
Good.
Okay.
Great song. I probably should be.
That's the way to go. It's the healthiest way to go.
With my
It's the nicest way to go. I'm sorry?
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Guy said he's going vegan tomorrow. I don't think I believe that. Oh, it's Korean. Cool. I got this feeling that I'm going to have some drunk people out here soon. I'm right next to a bar, and there are tons of people going into it. So maybe I'll get some people with no inhibitions that, we can get some real truth out of them and get some conversations started. I like the area. I like the area tonight, though. Can you guys hear me? Okay, even though I still don't have my receivers yet. Is the audio okay? Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to stay out here for about an hour tonight. Oh, right on. That's the way to go. Easy to do now.
Yeah, actually.
Right?
Much more than it used to be.
Yeah, the longer time goes on, it's like you're still supporting it though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the things that we pay for.
Yeah.
But awesome, keep it up.
Okay,
Try to go vegan.
All right.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
How are you? Beers. I love that. That would be cool, actually. Left Hook. up, buddy? How are you? So we're just hanging out. We're hanging out with nobody to talk to. It's okay. I actually like this space because it's not, it's kind of off to the side and kind of marked, like just off in the peripheral. Other areas I'm at, there's just shit tons of activity, too much activity. I still get a lot of eyes. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm interested in this.
Oh, okay, right on. So first, I would ask you if you know what veganism is.
No meat or dairy, right?
Yeah, no meat, dairy, no meat, cheese, milk, eggs, seafood, or honey. And then no supporting like entertainment. Basically, we reject the notion that animals are here for us rather than with us.
I got 2 dogs.
Yeah, oh, okay. Oh. Cool. But yeah, you'll see a lot more of us popping out because the information that people kind of would probably like to hear is the truth. And mainstream media, commercials, TV, the internet, it's all owned by big interest. And the big interest is money driven. So we're just out here trying to start some conversations, like thoughtful conversations about the choices we make with our dollar. But you know what veganism is? It's basically we reject everything animal exploitation. What do you think about that?
I am not on your side of the cup.
Okay. Can you amplify on that? Okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay, no, I feel you. I mean,
I want to hear your side.
Okay, so do you think it's moral to kill it?
I want everybody has to eat.
Or do we need to eat them?
Do I need to eat?
Do you need to eat them?
If I don't eat them, somebody else will eat them.
Well, they're bred into existence. There's a huge systems, macro systems of work that just breed them to kill them. So, an average cow, for instance, I think lives to about 25 years old. And do you know how old they're killed? Or when they're killed?
I'm going to feel very early.
Very early. Yep.
Very early.
Yeah. And like,
I think it's got to be like 5 years for a normal.
Nailed it. Yeah, nailed it. Chickens 42 days, male chicks 1 day.
Chicken kind of sucks. I'm more of a beef guy. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. But from their point of view, do you think they would like what you're saying? Like as far as like eating it, enjoying it? And I get it because I did it for 30 years, so I'm not trying to catch anybody out. I totally get it. I was inundated. I had a spell on me. I get it. But
So talk to me. What's your favorite
Yeah.
food? Like,
I can tell
what
you.
can I eat?
I can tell you that I eat pretty much everything meat, cheese, milk, and eggs, but I found vegan versions of that don't require oppression and violence and killing and bullying and teaching our kids that all that's okay too while we're doing it. So I have found different.
What's your favorite food?
I'd say like ethnic wise or just in general.
If you had to have dinner tonight, what would you have?
Yeah, pasta. Like I could make a spaghetti carbonara or pasta primavera.
With a weird.
It could be, it could be tempeh, which is, tempeh is like a soy derivative. It's unfermented or fermented soy. So it can create textures of bacon and things like that. But you can find all the same stuff. Like, what's your favorite thing? Let me flip it on you. Steak and potatoes. Like, there are companies now that are using mushrooms.
I hate
Mice. Okay, but you wouldn't even know it's a mushroom. But how they
mushroom coffee and everything.
Yeah.
I've tried it.
Yeah. To be candid, I'm not a big fan of that either. But like the steaks, you can even tell they season sauce and textures so well that you don't know that you're eating a mushroom. Like it tastes like a steak, a fucking steak.
So you're anti-mushroom coffee.
I just don't like it. I don't prefer it. I just not
Do you
my
drink
preference.
regular coffee?
I drink regular coffee. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Phenomenal. Like
About harvesting and everything.
veganism is not perfect. You're never gonna. You can appeal to fertility and say, okay, since coffee beans are grown like this, I'm gonna be okay with 80 billion land animals being slaughtered for everybody every year. It's like an appeal to futility. You're familiar with the fallacy?
No.
Okay, it's basically saying, since I can't go all out, I might as well just, I'm gonna let good be the perfect, or perfect be the enemy of good.
So you want to be a little bit better than bad.
Do the less, you just want to do the least harm possible. And we all have that choice in this day and age in 2024. And the vote with the dollar is far more important than the vote with the ballot. Because the vote with the ballot is political, and it's all money, and it's a
I don't want to get into politics.
I don't either. And veganism is not about politics. It's
No,
just
I
about the
wanna hear your
golden
side
rule.
and,
Yeah.
never really had an open, candid
I'm
conversation.
on YouTube Live, a few friends. And that's why. See, you haven't had an open conversation. Neither did I. Like, I didn't have a conversation
Well,
either.
I
with
call
me,
you
go
out,
vegan.
call me out, and
Yeah.
take tattoo.
Yeah, yeah.
LSD. I
Yeah.
don't think I'd ever do that.
Yeah, but it's like the idea is to kind of put your eyes in the victim's point of view, because there's a victim in that equation. Whereas, not saying there's no victim, because there are crops that are grown in
So where's
pesticides.
tofu? Like, how does that whole process go?
It's a soybean
Right.
derivative, and right now, 90% of the soy that's produced actually goes to animals, not humans, because there's a 90 billion.
So where's it grown?
Everywhere, internationally. I don't know the exact areas, but
So are we affecting people that are picking the soybeans?
yes, we are in a negative way. It's just
So what's the difference between having a cow and
that's again that appeal to futility, because like your intent. For instance, your intent. Like when you vote for something plant-based, you're voting volitionally. We're not in a vegan world yet. It's going to take time. Like we can't get down to the granular dynamics where farmers are right now, where farmers are being stewards of their crops and not letting insects die.
Well,
we don't live in a vegan world yet, but our intent.
So
we
what's
have
your goal?
control over. Just start conversations and get people thinking and changing our supply and demand dynamics. So we don't want people buying meat anymore. It's that simple. We don't want people buying cheese, milk, eggs. And it's not saying, oh, I want to take away your choice. It's about defending
I'm
them.
being very open.
It's about defending them. It's not about anybody's feelings or anything. We're just trying to defend them. They don't have a voice. You know, they're sentient, unlike plants. You know, they have.
But then you have the person in a foreign country picking it for 30 cents an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we can get to that point, you know, as we scale, where we can turn our world into a vegan world and have
Well,
kind of a
beef
vegan.
farmers or actually being someone taken care of.
Yeah, like you mean like paid? Or,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they can find another job. They don't have to do that. You can
So
repurpose land,
what would you like to do with their land?
repurpose it and harvest plants. Do you know how much meat 1 acre of land yields? 250 pounds. Guess how many
1
carrots?
acre.
Guess how many carrots it yields? 70,000 pounds. So think about how many people can that 250 pounds of meat feed versus how many plants or how.
Carrots are not always.
Well, we don't have to use carrots. We can use something else. But you get the idea.
I
That's
can
the
eat carrots
general.
all day.
That's the general, gist of things.
I made soup yesterday, and carrots were too. I don't
Yeah.
like too many carrots because they're too sweet. Like I
Yeah.
support organic farming.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And
So
that's
how
the
do you go
goal.
about organic
The goal is
farming?
whole food, plant-based, organic, right? I'm not even there yet because I can't really afford it right now. I work full time. I have a family. I have a daughter. I have a lot of money going in certain areas that it's obligated to. Eventually, I'd like to get whole food, plant-based, organic. Right now, I'm vegan. And the least we ask for people is to just go vegan. I mean, it's
So
very
which group are you with? 'Cause
no group.
No
Just
group.
yeah, we're like
Just
it's.
you decided to show up here and say yeah,
Yes,
like a maniac.
I know it sounds great, but the reason I'm doing it and why it's perceptively, something of a maniac is because it's suppressed. The information is suppressed, and industry doesn't want people questioning narratives. And someone like me is putting themselves at risk, even blowing up or scaling my account or getting more well known. There are activists out there that get death threats, all kinds of stuff from interests.
I'm not mean.
Oh no,
You have
no,
the-
I know,
you
you,
have
I
the
know,
sign.
yeah,
You have the sign,
keep
so
over.
it's
This
like-
is the whole point of my thing. In fact, take my card. Like this is it's an old business card. Don't worry about the business. It's but if you look at my name, say yeah.
Very interesting.
I don't do it anymore. But James Durkin, if you put my name in YouTube, you'll see my channel. I got a bunch of interviews, just like you and me are having, where I try to prompt thought and just have a conversation. Because we're not
I just
allowed
wanna
to.
know, like,
Yeah,
everything's so polarized and so right now.
yeah,
I mean, I don't care if you want to be hippie granola,
yeah.
but I don't think I'll take the lamp chop out of my hand.
And I get that, but then again, in this scenario, there's a victim. So basically you're saying, I'm gonna force my beliefs or my opinion on somebody else, where I'm not doing that. But you are if you're supporting meat, cheese, milk, and eggs.
I'm not forcing my belief on anybody.
You are, because you're familiar with supply and demand, right? So when you vote for something at the POS system, you're strengthening a certain dynamic. You're giving money and rewarding somebody for violence, and in turn, they're going to keep creating that violence for
But
you.
it goes back to your first second argument of the
Yeah.
poor people that are picking soybean for like 30 cents an hour
Well,
and getting beaten.
Do you know where almost all, like there's 50% of the Earth's land mass is dedicated to food cropping for animals, and there are people and humans involved in that too. So if you're really concerned about that, you'd also
Well,
be
you
vegan.
can't be like spend a quarter and get a nickel kind
Yeah.
of thing. Is that kind of like where we're at?
Well, like I'm saying, it's not perfect. Like there's somebody picking soybeans, yes. There's somebody picking this, yes. Maybe they're not being treated well, but their life's not being taken away from them. In this case, these sentient creatures are having their lives just taken away. So you can go, you know, it's for 5 minutes of pleasure. You don't even need it. Like nutritionally, you don't need it.
So I'm actually looking for this. So like, what
Yeah.
would happen to the oceans if everybody stopped eating shrimp and crabs and everything? What would happen to
They
that?
probably revitalize.
Revitalize?
They probably revive because we're overfishing. We're creating dead zones in the ocean. We're creating just massive amounts of pollution with how commercial fishing goes, which is just disgusting.
So how much do you know about like, commercial fishing?
Not too much. I've
Okay,
seen
so-
the movie Seaspiracy. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they dig deep into commercial fishing and its effects on the planet, things along those lines. If you get Netflix, you can watch it. But you know, fishing and fish are sentient too. So it doesn't really. I get the environmental thing, but this is not what it's about. It's about the victim, not about the environment. Fish are sentient too. You know, they have proprioceptors that are 100 times more potent than our pain receptors. These proprioceptors feel a lot of pain, and a lot of times fish are just suffocating, dying while they're on the boat.
I get it. It's terrible. I went on a fishing trip one time 10 years ago, and they were beating it with a little hammer.
Yeah.
That was weird.
And it's like that's a little creature. That's a little child, really. I mean, if you look at the ages of some of these victims when they're
I'm
killed,
not gonna lie, it was freaking delicious, but I
yeah,
felt bad about it for about seconds, but like we all survived.
yeah. But you got to ask yourself: is the taste more important in someone's life?
That
Like-
creamy
like-
dill sauce, I don't know, man.
It's like, but you got to ask yourself that because that's I mean, why are we here on this earth to make it better, or just to be parasites? And I'm not trying
We're
to.
all parasites.
I mean, we all are to a degree, but if we have moral agency, we're more developed than these creatures, and we can.
Can I read some of the live feed comments?
Yeah. Oh God. Let's see. Watch out, guys. He's on on the feed.
I'm not tough. Great work. Hope you have a great outreach.
Is your wife fine with doing that? Yes, she knows I'm here right now. See, they're all pretty neutral. They're pretty supportive. Like we're not like. It's a matter of. Like,
I thought it'd be like completely hated on.
No. It's like I for 30 years it was the exact same way, and I ate I ate more meat than most people. I would eat meat with every single meal.
What was your favorite meal?
I probably liked a big steak. You know, I would have a big steak, and I'd probably have
Filet,
potatoes.
prime rib, T-bone, New York strip.
Maybe a fillet. You know, I like the fillet. But once I was intercepted by a certain speech, if you can remember this, it's called "The Greatest Speech You'll Ever Hear" by Gary Yourofsky. It's on YouTube. Okay. If you go to my YouTube via my
I
card,
got your card.
if you got it. Yeah. If you go to my YouTube, you'll see references to that speech. I watched that speech, and I watched it again. The first time I wasn't sold. I was like, he's righteous. He thinks he's better. Whatever. Fuck him.
Do you feel better?
Do I feel better in like my health?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you're not eating cholesterol, saturated fat, heterocyclic amines, all kinds of toxins and hormones and antibiotics, you're gonna feel net better. You're gonna feel.
I mean, I'm about to go to the bar and go chug some more alcohol, so it's probably not.
I got you. I got you. Well, hey, beer's vegan, right? Beer's vegan. You know, alcohol for the most part. You know, you have a choice, and I won't keep you from
My
too
car
long.
got
I won't
hit.
keep you from
My
too
car
long.
got hit and run last night, so
Your car got. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks.
So,
I know it's. Yeah, that
nobody cares
sucks.
about me. Why do I care about the shrimp?
No, I get it. I get it. But you know, it's something for you to think about moving forward, and you just have to consider like the longer you're not vegan, the longer more animals and just innocent people, not people, but
So what will they do with the cows if I don't eat them?
they'll probably just phase out because it's all not going to happen overnight. People aren't going to go vegan overnight. It's going to be a long process. Like it's going to be staged. You know, if everyone went vegan overnight, there'd be problems. But they just won't be bred into existence anymore because that's what the strength of
You
the
want to eliminate the cows completely?
No, I mean a lot of them will go to sanctuaries. A lot of them there'll still be cows. You know, they'll still be around. I'm sure they'll find ways to naturally breed.
Then what do we do with
Which
the
won't be
cows?
many. I think sanctuaries or different stewarding practices would be a good place to start.
Gotta be the older cows.
Yeah.
But why
Maybe
have
if they don't, maybe it'd be better if they're not here. Would you rather a life of just pain and suffering and like the dairy industry? I know you're talking about steak a lot. It's actually worse than
Dairy is terrible.
it's worse than the beef industry.
I'll agree with you, but I don't really drink milk, so.
It's absolutely worse than the beef industry. As far as what the cow goes through in their lives, like that existence is basically they're born, they get raped all the time, they get their kids taken from them, they get beaten, they get milked unvolitionally, and then when they're spent, that's it. That's their life. That's their life on this beautiful earth. So I would contest.
Isn't that beautiful? Somebody hit and ran my car last night.
And that
$500.
sucks. Listen, solidarity. I've had things like that happen too. It sucks, and I'm sorry that happened. But just take the car, look at my channel, and I want to thank you for stopping by because you're the first one to stop by tonight.
Somebody asked you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you for doing that. So, and I wish you the best with your the car. Car trouble sucks. Trust me, I know. I'm getting ready to sell one of my cars because it's just a money pit. But yeah.
That's actually a fact for sure.
Say what?
That's a fact for
Yeah.
sure on your sign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a,
All right, I'll let you guys
question.
play.
Yeah. Thank you
much.
much. What's your name, by the way?
Julian.
Julian. I'm Jimmy. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little
This is
YouTube live going on.
Oh yeah. I got
Yeah.
a channel myself. You want to check
Oh,
me
no
out?
kidding.
Subscribe to mine. Nah. Yeah.
Cool. What is it?
It's my name, Mike Hickey.
Okay, cool. It's funny. I have my name. This is my card. My name's James Erden, and I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
channel just called my name too.
Oh, okay.
But were you guys trying to talk? Or?
No, I just saw you out here. I didn't know
Okay.
what you were doing. I
Gotcha.
thought it was like some kind of protest.
2024,
Yeah.
we got social media. We're getting out there.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
I'm just out here challenging people's schools of thought,
Right.
their
Yeah, I get it.
philosophies on things. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Floating some things into the air that mainstream media will never
Right.
float into.
Yeah, I can see that too.
And we have to nowadays.
Right.
Because we have social media, we can
Yeah.
lever things in aggregate
Yeah.
and get optimal exposure rather than just being out here with no camera,
Right.
no
Yeah.
live. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's kind of why we're out here.
Right.
But you guys, have you heard the word vegan before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically rejection of anything using an animal.
Yeah. No, I know.
Rejection.
Right.
Like, straight up. And
Right.
it's because we don't have to anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's obvious now. Like,
Right.
nutritionally, there's no argument.
Yeah.
Arguments off the table.
Yeah.
It used to be on the table.
Yeah.
When there was a lot more gray and
Yeah.
cloudy areas, but now
Yeah.
the ADA, American Dietetic
Yeah.
Association,
Yeah.
even they lament from.
He's also a YouTuber too.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.
What's going on, Mike? What is it?
I'll let you guys go.
He's doing a YouTube
What's
video.
your sign for?
It says, "Why aren't you vegan yet?" It's
That's fair.
doing a little outreach.
I completely understand. I did 3 years and 9 months prison, and going from that absolute crap food to actual food,
Yeah.
it made it hard. So a lot of what I do eat isn't necessarily, I wouldn't call it vegan, but I definitely pay a lot more attention to what I do. Yeah.
I take you.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Will do. No, I get it. And I get what you're saying. It's super easy to do nowadays. And you don't have to have a victim involved in your kind of existence.
No,
There's always, it's not perfect. Veganism is not perfect.
No, I get that.
But it's leaps and bounds better than non-vegan, where you're basically,
I'd honestly rather come out here and see somebody ask me why aren't you vegan than come ask me why aren't I voting for Kamala
Oh, yeah,
Harris.
that's nothing to do with problems.
Obvious reasons for that.
Yeah. I feel you.
No, I gave you the one I
I
had.
feel you.
Just chilling, man, enjoying Wing Bar.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
He's giving
No,
more
he's off.
change back than I would, just so you know.
All right, who do we got? Hi, guys.
Done doing a YouTube channel.
Okay, we got a troll in here.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Richard. I appreciate it. I tell you, I feel like I'm a lot better than I was 9 months ago when I started. Hey, vegan soda lady, what's up? Yeah, so I was on a little vacation for a little while, guys. I was just out of the country for a bit, and now I'm back. And I wanted to get started right away because I don't want to get rusty, And the longer I go without doing it, I feel like I'll get rusty. So I'm in a different area tonight. I'm in Arnold, Maryland tonight. So thanks. Good to see you too. Good to see the crew.
I'm like, wait, was gas actually one?
They don't get that
I was in
chance
prison
to.
for
Absolutely.
his
Absolutely.
original.
I don't
fucking
remember
run,
anything,
so
no.
seeing that is just like, oh,
Yes, when Trump was in office. You're talking about when Trump was in
Yeah.
office, right? Yeah. Wasn't that long ago, actually.
and to think of how downhill it went that fast.
See what kind of time.
We watched it.
Horizon, we're over 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna do about 30 more minutes and then
It's not going as well.
take
But
off.
Our pay got the same, but everything else.
Keep it about an hour.
Which is making us end up being broke, yeah.
That was a good conversation. He seemed nice, but I don't think I really. I might have planted to see it on a far level, like a deep level, if you know what I mean. But that guy was a little buzzed and a very avid meat eater, and was not really getting the whole victim thing.
I'll be like doing something, but he won't recognize
But
me.
maybe he'll think about it.
Stand
So I
up,
gave
I'm
him,
like, oh, I should've just-
cards.
I should have just said, fuck, I'm a
You're all like me,
Yeah.
at work, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know it. What's the matter? Huh? You're chilling? Alright. It looks like these guys are ready, man. I know, you're all the way over there. What's up? Alright, well, you hold the
Hi there.
host up for a little while longer. My car is this way.
Let's see.
What did I tell you about that? We leave no man behind. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Well, look, sometimes we leave some behind. Oops, that's cool. You have a good day. Thank you.
Yeah.
I said free speech.
Hey, we got 5 people. Right? We got a crowd here.
Are you live on TikTok or YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube.
I watch a lot of political YouTubers. That's what I do when I'm not at work.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, there's an awful lot of them out there now.
I like the man on the street type of videos. I've
Yeah.
always wanted to either do one myself or end up coming across someone.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I know that setup.
Yeah, it gets some really genuine kind of feedback and responses out of it. They're just they're live, organic responses. They haven't had time to rehearse anything.
Yeah.
You know, and it's pretty simple and effective, I think too. You're right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because not only do you see the people that you're talking to's perspective, but then also with it being to a large base,
Yeah.
a large audience, it's able to go there and do.
Very true. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get kicked out of this area or not, because I don't know if it's private or public.
Nah, you'll be.
I feel like they come up to me and say, "Oh, the commercial."
The vegan guy needs to go.
Yeah.
not really.
You know, it might ruffle someone's feathers, and they might call it an authority. But I would just talk to them, try to get them to show some proof of someone.
You don't gotta worry too much about that.
Yeah.
Hi, boss man. How's it going? Oh, thanks for the thumbs up too, guys. I love that this area is lit too.
Right there.
Do you do only this type of related content, or do you like to cycle what's
Yeah.
what the
So
question is?
right now, pretty much just these.
Gotcha.
I got like 20 of them up there, 25. But I'll probably, you know, there's other videos too.
Yeah.
They're just, I try to make them very thoughtful, just as kind of important or effective
Right.
or potent as the activism. So I don't have too many of those yet. I'm trying to come up with different ideas.
I got you.
Different thoughts.
You just been getting started.
Yeah. Yep. It's going, sir.
Hey, Vegan Brian, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. I'm in Arnold tonight, not in Annapolis. I switched it up. I'm in a suburb area.
What's up, buddy? How are you? You know how late that bar stays open until?
Like 11-ish,
Cool.
12, yeah.
I feel like it's a good place to get people with lowered inhibitions that might be a little less shy, you know, to talk.
I would, if that's the case, I would recommend. Are you familiar with? How familiar are you with this area in general?
Familiar.
Try Broadneck Grill over there in Cape St. Clair. Yeah.
Should I bring like a security with me?
No, you'll just you'll more likely actually get people to talk to you about stuff.
Yeah.
Over
It's
here,
more
people
candid.
are more like,
I got
you
you.
know what I mean?
To and fro.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll give that place a shot next time. I got
The
it.
Cape St. Clair Shopping Center, you'll definitely get more like high schooler. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh, high schoolers always want to talk.
Oh yeah.
They're come up with no shyness, no,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. That's probably like half of my interviews right now.
No, that seems to be what it really is.
Yeah.
Vegan Brian, thank you for. Oh, awesome, dude. Where are you going to be live at? Or I'm sorry, when? I'll see if I can catch it. Even though I work every day, it seems right now.
What's your channel name?
It's just my name here. I got this is don't mind this. That's just a business I have.
Gotcha.
But the others, the name on there. Sorry, the name on there is my name. If you search it out on YouTube, you'll see that's the name of my channel.
Gotcha.
So
Awesome.
yeah, you'll see it on there. And there's plenty of stuff and stuff to think about too. I encourage you to really think about some of the content. I have some resources. I'm going to have more resources in a better way. I keep saying that and I keep not doing it. So I'll let this be the moment where I actually put those resources up there. Definitely check it out for sure.
I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. I'll see if I can catch it. Awesome. Yep. I told that first guy there's going to be a lot more of us coming out here, and we are. A lot more of us are coming out because we simply, we can and we have to, and the industry is heavily against us.
How are you?
It's fine.
Okay.
The kickstand just won't work.
Oh, gotcha.
For some
It's an old
reason.
school bike. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, what is
There you go. Old garden, guys. It says, why aren't you vegan yet? Did you guys come over to talk to me?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Cool. Have you guys heard the word vegan before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
One of my classmates is vegan.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so it's the rejection of using animals for us, instead of seeing it, instead of then seeing it like they're here with us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of saying, no, I don't want to be a bully. I don't want to be violent. I don't want to support violence. I want to support benevolence and good things in the world. So the dollar is the biggest, the kind of definitive of that. And when you pay for something, it could be meat or it could be chicken, or you're supporting and strengthening very, very cruel systems that if you were to see, you would not like.
Yeah, because I've seen in school like
Yeah.
a lot
Glad
of
they
people.
showed you.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people are liking steak, and a lot of people want steak, but like I forget it's something. You need the cows or something, and it's cow farts or something that ruins the climate.
Yeah, well that's one
And
thing.
it's another talking.
Yeah, that is one big thing. Like there's a movie
Yeah.
called Cowspiracy where
Yeah.
they really dig deep and they amplify on that. The methane is what you're talking about. It's like the cow farts that
Yeah.
compound into this horrible negative thing that destroys the planet, and that is definitely a component. In general, animal agriculture takes about 50% of the biomass of the earth. But the environment aside, the environment is one thing. What we're speaking up for is the victims, the helpless victims that don't have voices. And I would guarantee you, do you guys have pets?
Yeah. No, I know, because I was
Yeah.
gonna say, in some countries they eat dogs and cats
Yes.
as food.
Yes.
And so we were like,
Okay.
we hate that. We hate
Yeah,
it.
right?
But if we should feel the same way for the cows.
See,
and
that's
all
why I
that.
love talking to younger people because you guys get it more, just more palpably. You get it because you haven't really been exposed to too much industry as far as chronologically, chronological speaking. You know, you don't have years and years under your belt of being like overwhelmed by commercials on TV.
We've been
And
talking about stuff for like health.
yeah,
Like our skeleton is a lot like animals. So
because we are
Yeah,
animals.
We are animals.
Yeah.
We basically eat the same thing as them.
Yeah.
But they eat different supplements. Like we like cows, and
Our systems are just more so built
yeah.
for plants. And our systems are very similar anatomically to that of animals because we are animals. You know, we have a central nervous system and a brain. So do animals. All these things, hearts, livers, you're absolutely right. The most important thing that we have in common is the brain and the nervous system.
Yeah.
Because we're able to feel pain. We're able to experience things subjectively.
Yeah.
And when you see your dog like in pain, you probably feel bad, right? Or your cat.
My
I mean,
dog
I
was just
got a
in
cat.
pain a year ago.
Yeah, and you feel that because behind those eyes, there's someone in there. You know, you look at a carrot or a tomato,
Yeah.
there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
You know, plants are alive, they have intelligence, but they're not,
Like living, really.
they're living.
No, they're living, but like they're not.
They're not sentient. Sentient
Yeah.
is an emerging property of the central nervous system and a brain, and plants have neither of those. So we're
But
out
they
here
are
talking to
still
people.
living. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're living.
They're living, exactly.
but we're
They're
not like.
But they don't feel pain.
Yeah.
So if I was to cut some kind of plant, it'll grow right back.
Yeah.
In most cases, there's like this. They're kind of automata. And animals, you know, they're now in a space of which we can consider because we know we do not need them nutritionally for anything. We can get every single vitamin and nutrient we need on a plant-based diet. There's no reason to eat animals now, and we know this for sure. The biggest dietetic associations in the world lament this.
Yeah.
I have a daughter. How old are you guys?
I'm 11. He's.
Not cool. Okay, so my daughter's 6. She's been vegan since birth. She's healthy as hell, and she eats meat, cheese, milk, and eggs. But we make plant-based versions of those for her, and she doesn't miss out on anything. And it's that way she has more of a vibrance and a health, and she feels good.
Yeah.
So, you know, you guys can do it, and I really appreciate you coming up and actually engaging with me.
Yeah.
I used to eat very unhealthy, but now I'm starting to eat really, really healthy.
Cool.
I barely have any junk stuff.
Yeah, that's like the same thing. Like I used to have like a lot of meat when I was a kid. I used to have like steak and all that. And now every time my parents are like, "You want steak?" I'm like, "No, I'll just have like
Yeah, that's
something
awesome.
else."
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
what would stop you guys from just going full vegan? What would stop you?
There are some foods that are very enjoyable to
Yes.
have.
Yeah.
Like what? Tell me. Give me an example.
So I know most kids would say ice cream. I don't really like ice cream. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
there's
But
so many great
Yeah.
vegan versions of ice cream. It's ridiculous now. But yeah, I want to know what your favorite foods are.
So mine is. Have you ever had the Old Bay cheese curls that they have?
I know Old Bay and I know
Yeah.
cheese curls.
Yeah, they're like it's like those two combined. I love them, but I can't have like they're not really.
Yeah. Well, you can find vegan versions of those too. You can find them. Trust me.
Yeah.
There's brands at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's that have like vegan Cheez-Its.
I go to Whole Foods. a lot.
Yeah, they have vegan Cheez-Its, and those Cheez-Its they're getting closer and closer to tasting exactly like Cheez-Its. Sure, they're not the healthiest thing in the world, but you're not voting for somebody to die just for you to enjoy 5 minutes of pleasure. You know, because when we're not vegan, we're voting for helpless children to basically die, so we can go yum yum and then forget about it completely.
It's basically like saying, "Hey, I'm hungry. Kill you and then just eat you." Basically, that's
You
what
just
it's,
nailed it right
that's
there.
Like,
If
that's
I could
like
just,
what it is for the animals.
if I could grab just that bite of video right there and distill it to people, you just nailed it. That's exactly what we're doing, but we're so distanced from it because we've been taught that it's normal, it's necessary,
And I
and
was
it's
just
nice.
thinking about-
And we've been taught that, not by anybody of good moral fiber. We've been taught that by business and money and capitalism. So you'll never see something like this, like our interaction right now. You'll
Yeah.
never see that coming via commercial on TV or the internet.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sure. So you'll see it from people on the front that have social media that want to do a little sharing, and people that are out doing activism, because we don't have any means. It's not like I'm doing this for money or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't get. I'm just doing this because I want to spend some time doing it. So we're only going to reach you guys by these kinds of conversations. So hopefully you can take a little bit of it for thought, and even tell your parents. You know, because my parents still eat meat, cheese, milk, and eggs. You know, if you're ready to hear the message and you're ready to make the change, you're ready. And it just depends on timing. You guys could be ready right now.
I don't even know if I'm vegan. I don't even know.
I don't.
Well,
I'm really.
yeah, basically it's anything that comes from an animal or is an animal. So meat or cheese or milk or eggs or seafood or honey. All those things are either an animal or they come from an animal.
There's these small chocolate muffins, and I had the regular ones, and I had the vegan ones, and I was like, the vegan ones are so much better.
Right? I mean, you can find those if the why is strong enough. You'll find everything you like.
It's right at Whole Foods too. So
It's right at Whole Foods.
This is like the spot we go to where we're like, okay, we just need to grab a few things, or we need to rush. But like if we're like gonna get an order and we have time, we go to Whole Foods.
Yeah, totally. And Whole Foods has like everything.
Yeah.
The premium's a little. You can find cheaper vegan food
Yeah.
and cheaper, very good vegan food. They charge a big premium for that food over there. Sometimes I think it's too expensive. But you guys kind of got the gist of it. So you said the main thing that would keep you from being vegan is some stuff is just really good.
Yeah, some
Gotcha.
stuff.
I encourage you to, when you have that thought, or when you kind of posture that way, try to be mindful and think about what who's gonna suffer because of that choice. Think about the victims that we don't hear from, because just giving $1 to somebody and then putting it in the cash register, that, by like a chain of events,
Yeah.
is one more slice on the neck of a cow, or one more, chopping off an ear of a pig, or a private part of a piglet, which they do. And that is something you have control over, and you can be confident when you know that you are boycotting and not giving money to these systems.
Yeah.
And you guys can do it now. You can start now and be part of the change, because it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time at this point. If you guys want, you can take a few of my cards.
Yes.
I have a YouTube channel. That's an old business I used to have, so don't worry about that. But if you look up my name on YouTube, you'll see my channel, a bunch of other dialogues. I'm going to try to get some references up
Okay.
there. Like, and I'm on YouTube Live right now.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
trying to get some references up there that will give you speeches, like just different speeches, and just references that will help you learn about nutrition and different ways to live fast.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I'd encourage that. Thanks for stopping by, guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? How are you?
Hi, I
Welcome.
love talking to people. What's
Okay,
up?
that's why I'm
What's up?
here. Yeah, I literally have a directive. Come talk to me. So have you guys familiar with veganism, or what
Yes.
vegan
Yeah.
is?
I kind of just eat whatever I want.
Yeah. So basically, it's an idea. It's a philosophy, right? It's a rejection of anything using an animal for the intent of just using it and then, for your own pleasure or consumption or
I feel like,
whatever.
aren't we supposed to be like omnivores though?
Well, we're opportunistic omnivores, but let me get back to the definition. So basically, it's a rejection of that. It's saying I don't want to see violence in the world. Essentially, it's an intent and it's a vote for that. So what about the definition would you disagree with? Like they're rejecting the idea that we have to use animals.
I don't really disagree with people who
Yeah.
are vegan. Like
I don't
know,
find
it's your choice.
Yeah, I don't find an issue within people being vegan,
Yeah.
but it does get intriguing because I think the idea of everyone being vegan
Yeah.
is an impossible ideal that we're just never gonna reach.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that you shouldn't try, but just like
Yeah.
it's unrealistic.
But think about that. If we had that same mentality, say with the abolition of slavery, we had that same
no,
posturing.
that's what I'm saying. But
It wouldn't catalyze as fast as it,
I don't
as it did.
have an issue with trying.
I think
Yeah.
like comparing veganism and slavery is a little
That
out
is
there.
a little
But
different.
think
Little
about it.
out
Let me
there.
go back because you said, what did you say? You said it's your choice. Like I should have my choice, you should have yours.
Yeah, of course.
I get that, but we have to take into account we're forcing a choice on somebody, and that choice is sending them to the slaughterman.
My
I
personal
think the how like
philosophy-
animals are treated like
No,
in
it's
factories is
awful.
very
It's
horrible.
It needs
insane.
to
It's
be
disgusting.
Yeah.
completely reworked.
It's-
There is
it-
a lot of issues
In a
surrounding
perfect
that.
world, that stuff wouldn't be a thing. Everyone would
I
have like
think-
their own farms
I
and
think
shit.
an ideal
Exactly, in the
world
utopian kind
with
of.
like my philosophy would be that you can be vegan if you want.
Yeah.
If you aren't vegan, you're not relying on animals as much as we are right now, and also animals are being treated better.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
I think like using every part of the animal and allowing them to have humanity and humane conditions and
yeah,
live their lives as they're supposed to, not just be cramped and
yeah.
tortured and slaughtered and all
I
of
feel
that
like
awful
like,
stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like eating animals and all that would be fine even for you if that wasn't this like.
Yeah,
like,
that's my personal.
If
like,
it
I
wasn't
feel
that
like,
inhumane and horrible.
Yeah. Well, it comes
If it
down
wasn't
to.
that humane and horrible, you think you'd be eating chicken?
No, because I have like my own versions that I make plant-based chicken. I'll use chickpeas or I'll use whole food plants and I'll like curate them.
That
into
lab-grown stuff is.
Yeah, it's got a bad rap. It's got a bad rap. I've got away from kind of recommending that stuff at all. But when it comes down to it, in this day and age in 2024, I'm on YouTube Live right now.
I didn't even realize
You know?
that. We're on,
Oh, yeah, I've been
we're on
looking at it.
TikTok.
Right? It's YouTube.
YouTube,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
And
YouTube?
I don't have I have 5 of my friends
It
here.
looks the same as TikTok. That's scary.
It does. I'm doing vertical tonight. So 2024, we have all the options, right? Like we have all the options we need for every single vitamin and nutrient in the plant-based kingdom. We don't need anything, nothing from the animals, nothing. And there's this kind of perpetuated notion that we need certain things from animals. And the ADA, who certifies nutritionists, lament even on their website that you can be a healthy vegan from pregnancy
I
I
to
don't
see
trust
any
elderhood.
anybody.
issue.
I avoid fast food and
Yeah.
40s, all of that, with
Yeah.
everything. I
You don't
avoid
need
that
it.
stuff.
You
never.
totally don't
No,
need it.
I've never
No.
had soda before, and I've never had fast food before.
I respect that.
Thank you.
Very cool. But I will say, if we don't need it, then why in the hell are we doing this to them?
Well, I
You know, it's
I think it goes back down to they don't need to suffer. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think that there's an issue with being vegan, and I
Yeah.
think that there definitely is an issue with the way we treat animals
Yeah.
in general and
But
our
why do
reliance
you feel like that?
and our
I would ask you,
Western-
why do you feel like that?
What do you mean?
Because why do you feel like there's an issue with how we treat them?
Because it's
Because there
disgusting.
is.
So you consider that?
Because
Right?
I
Yeah, of
have
course.
empathy towards animals.
I mean,
because
That's
they
your
have
heart.
feelings and
A
pain.
cat
That's your
isn't a
heart.
chicken, but like I have cats and they
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
things very
I
deeply.
had pet rats. Like
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah,
them
I
to
have
get
cats
hurt.
too.
I don't want I had a bird, I had a dog.
Yeah.
Like they have I had pet
Because you
chickens.
know someone's behind these eyes, right?
Exactly. I
so-
think they're so. I think they might have been
But I-
human before in another life.
And
Yeah.
I
Something
agree
like
that there is merit towards their life, but in my personal opinion, I think life can be utilized. For example, like indigenous people would use every part of it and live
Yeah.
in harmony with that, and I think
Yeah.
that is a lot.
But that's not you right now, right?
I
no,
wish
that's
it
why
was.
Yeah.
that's my issue is that
Yeah.
we're not doing that. I think
Yeah.
that we should
Well, we don't-
have a lot less reliance
Yeah.
towards animal products and also be more respectful and
Yeah. But do you think you can respect anybody by taking their life before their time?
before their time, I guess.
Like cows can live to about 25 years. They're killed at 5.
Damn.
Chickens, like
25
6 or 7
years.
years. Chickens
yes,
are 40.
Chickens
Live to 42
I
days.
want chickens when I'm older. We're
have
both
had
seniors
chickens.
in
Oh,
high
cool,
school.
cool.
Yeah.
Brodnick?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. 2001.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
cool.
gosh.
But
2025.
9/11.
yeah. Oh, very cool. Very cool. But yeah, chickens and having your own chickens is kind of like a vegan gray space, for instance. And we're not really, and that's not really what 99% of chicken farming is. And 99% is essentially factory farms. There's a
Right.
1% like outlier.
I'm gonna
of-
hang out with my chickens
I
and give
had
them
pet
lots of
chickens
love.
Yeah.
for like 3 years in Seattle.
I also might eat a few though. Like, that's
Yeah.
like
They make really nice
But
eggs.
the thing is, like, the reason I'm out here is I'm just trying to invoke a little thought because people don't see these kinds of dynamics on TV or in the media.
I love
I
talking to
respect
people.
it. I think
It's
it's
a-
I think it's a great idea to get your
Yeah.
opinions out there and to
Yeah.
influence others and educate others. I think I'm always down for that.
Yeah. I would encourage you to think about it. So what would be the most, what's the biggest thing stopping you from being vegan?
Yummy.
Yeah, that's what the last guy said.
In my
I know, I get it.
I think it's just that I don't eat a lot of meat.
Yeah.
I was vegetarian for a couple years. I eat mostly vegetables and things of that nature, but I have some meat in my diet because I have issues. I have a lot of vitamin deficiencies.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to get the vitamins. Not that it's impossible, but it's
Yeah.
a lot more work, and I have a lot of motivation issues surrounding my depression.
I
And
feel that.
also monetary issues.
Yeah, I feel that.
I
Well-
can't go out and buy supplements, things
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
nature, unfortunately.
Let me touch on a few of those things. So as far as supplements, the only thing we need is B12. B12 is found in a bacteria in the soil. It doesn't come from animals.
Yeah.
Animals get it from the soil.
Yeah.
And most of the time they don't get it just because of how agriculture works nowadays. They get it shot into them, so they get it supplemented,
yeah.
and then we get it through them. Vegans will just eat the B12, the synthetic B12. Boom. So no middleman. Boom. Synthetic B12.
yeah.
All that
That's
stuff
all you
makes
need.
me
That's
so depressed.
reasonable.
Like,
That's all you need.
God, like Mother Nature gave us really
No,
everything we
it
needed,
is-
and we thought we could do better with all this
It's really
stuff.
hard
And
to
now we've
say.
ruined
10,000
everything.
years of animal agriculture. It's 10,000 years. So the conditioning is on thick, and the veils are on really thick. My parents, I've been vegan 11 years. My parents are still on vegan.
I mean, yeah.
You know, and I've talked to my dad, my mom a ton of times. It has to be, that person has to be ready to hear the message. And I would encourage you both just to think about just the idea that going forward, you could be vegan and you could be taking yourself out of an equation. I mean, it's not even a net positive. It's just neutralizing yourself, so you're not contributing to that.
I'm really into cooking.
Yeah.
I love seafood, and I have an iron deficiency, so I'd be craving red meat
I
Yeah.
have a
sometimes.
ridiculous amount of deficiencies, specifically
You could,
iron.
and that's the next thing I wanted to touch on. You can find tons of iron. in the
No,
plant
I
food.
know. I was vegetarian for a while. It's just hard for me because I think in this day and age we rely a lot on the instant gratification.
Yeah.
Vegetarians can have eggs, right? That's the
They can have
Yes.
eggs. Vegetarians, I mean, it's really no better than eating meat because you're still supporting, as far as ethical, because you're still supporting dairy, and dairy eclipses the beef industry as far as savagery.
Oh, right. You can't have like
The
milk
rate-
and stuff
but
like
you
that.
know how-
I'm
No
always
animal
craving
Yeah.
milk.
Do you know how? But do you know how or have you guys heard of how why a cow produces milk? What
Yes.
happens when they produce
Yes.
milk? Basically, they have to get pregnant first. So a farmer will stick his hand
Oh,
in their
you're not gonna
butt,
have it at all.
pull down their cervix, and then they'll jack full semen into the female, and they'll just keep doing that throughout the cow's life.
No.
That's like basically cow rape.
It is.
It
They,
is,
well, they call
but-
in the industry they call the kind of machinery they use a rape rack. Like that's
What
just
the fuck?
it's
Oh,
farmer
you know
it's
what's
farmer
really
language.
awful?
That's bad for
Yeah,
her language.
I know.
The easier part of it is what they will do sometimes is the mother cow has to have a child in
Yeah.
order to produce milk, so they'll kill it and then stuff it and then keep the dead calf next to the mother cow so she continues producing milk.
Yeah.
She tries to feed her baby, but her baby isn't alive and it's not taking milk.
Yeah, it all comes
Yeah,
down to money.
it is really awful.
It all comes down to money.
Capitalism.
Okay, so
And-
you're gonna really make me like that. That got me. That thing that got me.
And basically, if it's a boy, it goes to the veal industry, and it's going to live a little bit longer than be turned into veal. Pretty much killed instantly. If it's a girl, she's going to kind of be the same her mother was. She's going to grow up. She's going to be raped. She's going to be killed after she's spent and she has no more milk. And when we pay for dairy, we're basically saying we're indirectly through a chain of mechanisms giving money to a farmer and saying, I want you to keep doing that because I believe in that.
There's a more ethical way of
Well,
doing
there
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
definitely is. The issue I find with
That's right, Dad doesn't care.
the issue I find with
Dad doesn't care.
Somebody.
Is that her buddy?
no, Andy did text me. I didn't even- But I think veganism is definitely an issue we have surrounding like an animal
Yeah.
treatment. But what is your standpoint on like slave labor and things of that nature? 'Cause
Oh,
we
not
do have
good.
a lot of prison
This is
labor.
veganism is
and,
not
Oh my
perfect.
god.
Yeah.
The freaking
Absolutely.
homelessness being made illegal.
Oh my God!
It's-
I think
it's
I
one
think
thing to
your
take into-
issue here is not with individuals, not
Yeah.
not with individuals and their lifestyles. I think your issue here is with the system
The
and
system.
capitalism,
Capitalism,
and that
capitalism
the
doesn't help,
nature-
I'll tell you that.
The nature of prioritizing money over
Yeah.
life and humanity. and
Exactly.
things of that
That's our
nature.
backdrop. That's what we live in.
I would like
But
to
change.
take
Yeah.
a moment to appreciate the fact that it's two dyed-haired teens talking to the vegan. I think it's very funny and scary.
It is a little.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I like the hair, I like the back thing. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So it comes down to the individual level, and this is why supply and demand. So we're not going to go to Congress and be able to lobby for things until we have enough people on our side, and we're not going to have enough people on our side until there's enough people voting for the boycotting of meat, cheese, milk, and eggs in our states.
Nobody's awake. Everybody
Yeah.
loves their things. They love their McDonald's.
Yeah, I think
they love their
Yeah.
consuming. It's really
I
disgusting.
think it is.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately unrealistic to attempt to wake up specifically Americans because they are rooted in their instant
Very
gratification
rooted.
and the
America's going down.
and
anyway.
government. I mean, yeah, the empire's falling, but the government
Yeah.
is consistently facilitating this.
Oh, the government
to
is
the point-
subsidizing. Yes.
Well, yeah, so it's facilitating
Yeah.
it to the point where we don't see a way of life around it. Even like being vegan is harder than it needs to be,
Yeah.
just because they prioritize
Exactly.
meat and eggs and things of that
Yeah,
nature. They don't want you to be vegan because they're losing their profits. But I think
You're
again,
speaking truth.
individualism
Yeah.
is not necessarily the issue here because yes, like we can make different personal choices, but it's significantly harder for us to make different personal choices unless we are able to, get the government to recognize that there are issues here and that
To
we
make
the
it
people,
cheaper, you mean? To make it more like
not just
dealing on the
that,
price front? Or
price front and also education-wise, because
yeah.
most
Well, that's why we
people
have
are
to get
not
out
aware.
here. Like, tell you what, I have a few cards. Take two of my cards. Don't worry about the business part. I used to have a business that's it on the front. My name, though, if you put my name into YouTube, you'll see my channel, and I have a bunch of conversations and stuff like that. And I'm going to put references up there and different speeches and stuff that you can look at and you can get some education. I haven't put too much up yet, but it's coming. And going back to it real quick, it's a non-action is what veganism is. Because you can go to the store and you can reach for plant milk instead of reaching for regular milk. Because you're gonna get milk anyway. You can reach for the plant, whatever substitute you want to use, instead of reaching for the beef or the animal. So.
Do you know about
Say
this?
something?
I have no idea. I can just come and wave that up.
Oh, gotcha.
He waved at me.
Huh. Their characters are coming out at night.
Telling me.
I hope you don't run into the Green Valley crackheads. I really hope you don't.
Is that gonna be an issue?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
yeah.
boyfriend's been chased by them before.
There are some
Oh,
interesting people
no.
around here.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
But I mean, at the very least,
Yeah.
something happens, you have
You're right
video
about that. Yeah,
evidence, so
that's
you'll
true.
be good.
Good point. I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah.
So I'll leave you with that. With just like think about it. I want you to think about it and just realize the longer you're not vegan, the more animals are going to slaughter on your behalf. It's something to set. It's something I just have to float out there.
That's intriguing
It-
because it's
I mean,
not.
I feel like sooner or later we're all going to be eating the cricket paste that the government's putting out, and we won't
I've
even
seen the
know
posts.
about
I've
it.
seen the posts.
Yeah.
We're not
going to do that. Because the people
No,
are
we're not
stronger.
gonna make it that
The
far.
people are stronger than the government. The government is one thing. We
But the
have
people
the power.
are so weak now. It's
Because
like the,
we need
control.
the
we
freaking
need to
antidepressants and the
facilitate-
fast food,
we
and
need
everyone's
to
obese.
facilitate the community mindset in order to make any of this happen, any
Yeah.
change at all.
I mean,
Because
Yeah.
we're allowing ourselves to be controlled by like 20, 30 people at the top.
The
Exactly,
government
the
really did a
1%.
good job at making us so unable to fight them.
Yeah.
Yes, it's part of
We-
capitalism because
Yeah.
we are allowing them to remain in power by ignoring.
I don't think the average American is going to be able to
Well,
fight
that's
in
the
the
deal.
revolution.
That's what's interesting
Yeah.
about it. Is like we're
Yeah,
not
the-
aware even that like we are in denial. We are completely.
Yeah.
Oh, me and my mom, we're stockpiling like canned foods and like rice, beans,
Right
weapons.
on. That's probably a good
Like,
idea.
yeah, batteries,
You're right.
like,
Capitalism.
you have a garden.
Yeah, I can tell you're pretty anti-capitalist as I am. It's another conversation, though. But it is a backdrop we live in, and it's toxic, it's horrible, and it makes things hard for this kind of outreach to happen. So social media has given us a kind of utility of which to lever and to then kind of proliferate exposure, kind of in the spirit of mainstream media. It's just a matter of more of us coming out and doing this, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping me and my colleagues, will be kind of scaling our numbers in the next, few years or so. Just a
Hopefully.
prompt thought. So this conversation is a beautiful thing that it can happen nowadays and be shown to people
Yeah, but of course.
nowadays.
Oh, it was really nice talking to you.
You two, what were your names, by the way?
I'm Sophia.
Sophia, nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Jimmy.
meet you. I
What was your
broke
name?
my hand.
I'm Anna East.
Anna Ace.
Anna East.
Anna East, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
You got my card. Check out my channel. You know, and I'll have references up, more content on like, you know, nutrition and different schools of thought and reasonings and books and movies and stuff, like references for those things soon.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
Well, thank
awesome.
you so
Thanks
much.
for stopping by,
You
guys.
have a
You
nice
guys are awesome.
day.
You
Beware of
too.
the crackhead.
Keep an eye out for 'em. You seem pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely. I need to get. I was looking into getting, or before I left on vacation, I was looking into getting that book from Radical Vegan. She has like a book that I think Chip is using from Vegan Power Lab and just kind of showcasing some of the pictures and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right, Brian. Absolutely right. You need to need to drink blood to get iron. There you go. Right? So many people think that. Awesome. Well, welcome, Ulf J. Thanks, man. Those were 3 pretty good conversations, I thought. I thought the one with the smaller kids was really good, and I feel like people are more malleable and open-minded when they're younger. You know, like those kids were teens. They seem pretty open-minded. And I think they're going to think about it. And they brought up some points, which I hope I addressed. Cool. Well, guys, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I'm about 67 minutes, so you'll see me next week, most likely. See if I can distill and get some videos extracted here, posted up. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the encouragement, guys. All right. I'm signing out. Bye, everybody. All right. Let's see here. Heck yeah. That sounds awesome, Brian. All right, guys. And Brian, I'll look for your, you said you're doing one in the weekend, so I'll see if I can be around for that. Thanks for all the support, everybody, as always. All right, bye. Are you sure you're going to stop? Yeah.